I've got so many questions from that YouTube story earlier as well.
What YouTube story?
Instagram story.
Oh yeah, shit question.
Love.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel loved.
A lot.
Alright, sweet.
Really bit my lip.
You okay? Quite, this actually been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah. Dubai.
Yeah, and Dubai seems an age ago.
When was start of October?
Landed on the 6th, back on the 6th.
Haven't done a
fuck
podcast
me.
in a month and a half.
I thought we landed. Okay, yeah. Well, without further ado, yeah, this is the Golf Supply podcast, episode 16. Sorry, firstly, apologies.
Yeah.
Realistically, there is excuses, but there's never excuses in this line of work. You know, you subscribe to us for levels of content. Maybe some of you just listen to the podcast. So, yeah, apologies. We had a very, very busy abroad period, didn't we? Sick. Like period, really enjoyable period. Like
Egypt
Spain,
and Dubai
to Egypt. We
after.
both went personally
Spain
away
as well.
with our partners, and then went to Dubai. Then had a sick podcast with Jags, which you should go and watch. Not enough of you have watched that because that's just a sick talk.
No,
to
that's a
legend.
travesty. That is.
Yeah,
the amount of views
he's
on
a
that
legend.
podcast is a travesty. Little bit of a different setting for us today. We're over at Golf 1 in Thorpe.
Yeah, like South End
South
area,
End.
but I think it's officially Thorpe, but it seems like a nicer area
Yeah,
of South End.
yeah, I would agree. Sorry to anyone
Thorpe
who's
Bay.
from Thorpe Bay. Golf 1 in Thorpe Bay. It's an indoor simulator, but as you can see,
Yeah.
they've also got a really, really nice chill area. They've been kind enough to have us down to use this chill area to film the podcast. So shout out to those guys. If you want to come down with your boys, jump in some bays. They've got all GC Quad or Trackman, whatever they've got. They've got about 4 or 5 bays here. A bar, you can get some drinks, coffees, and obviously a lounge area as well. So they've always got the golf one. You can come in here and relax, do what you want to do. It's a really,
restaurants.
really nice aesthetic.
Yeah, this is nice. They're modern, like little hints of grey, a little bit of green.
Yeah,
They've really been on like TikTok decors, haven't they?
they have.
But no, it looks mustard, doesn't it?
It does look nice. And yeah, so sorry for the break from the Golf Supply podcast, the number one golf podcast in the world. This is episode 16.
I think we slipped a second.
Huh?
Well, I think we might have slipped a second in the time away.
Maybe.
So
We've probably
really
dropped down.
we've
Joe
really got-
Rogan's caught us up, which we always knew was going to happen if we did.
Yeah, it's
But this podcast is brought to you by our channel sponsors, Golf Travel Centre and Fair Play Exchange. Now, before we get into the podcast, I just want to give you a little bit. We've got a deal to tell you about a little bit later on with regards to Golf Travel Centre, which is a bloody good one if you want to get out of this miserable English weather.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of new stuff on which Westie's benefited from actually on Fair Play Exchange. So if you're unfamiliar with what Fair Play is a peer-to-peer betting system. Me and Westie bet all the time. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll see we'll bet on anything from when we go down the range to who can hit it further, guessing yardages, loads of little silly games you can play, as well as going to the golf course, make some proper bets against your pals. Not only that, they have a sweepstakes feature, which is what Westie has won an alarmingly high amount recently, and it's not rigged. Like I promise you, it's not rigged. It's completely.
because I enter a
randomised.
lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you can put sweepstakes on. They do golf, football, boxing, darts. You
I'm
can
a
get a
celeb.
sweepstake for I'm a celeb.
Yeah, I'm
so
in it.
any. Go on.
I'm in
Oh,
there.
yeah, who did you get?
Barry the boxer?
The boxing
Barry
guy.
McG-
Oh, that's not a bad one.
He was crying last night, and I think that does
Heartstrings.
so far it on, and I thought, okay, maybe if you want to cry a little bit more.
Yeah. So any major event, you can actually get into the sweepstakes on Fair Play. And then not only that, since our last podcast episode, they've now launched Jackpot Sevens as well.
Yeah.
So the boys over at Fair Play, Lawrence and the team, Billy, they're making some big moves in the space, which is just great to see.
Grinding.
But Jackpot Sevens is basically your Super Sunday Sky Sports type of vibe, where you get given 6 or 8 matches over the weekend to pick from. If you get the correct score and the correct result, you can win £700,000.
Yeah, they're grinding over there. One thing I like about Fair Play is I enter these sweepstakes, but there's a lot of a smaller pool. Now,
Yeah.
I can guarantee if you enter sweepstakes on other apps,
Yeah, it'd be flooded.
yeah, thousands. But that's why you've definitely got a better chance.
Yeah, you won 180 quid on the Mike Tyson.
152 and the
Jake
Jake
Paul
Paul.
fight.
I didn't know. I didn't even remember I entered it. If I'm being brutally
Well, it happened
honest.
live in a video we filmed.
It was
recently.
it was £10 in. So to get £152 back on Jake Paul winning by points, I don't think you get that odds anywhere.
No.
So I won that, yeah. So the Fair Play account is ready for people to come on levels and or matches against them, really. So it's loaded up.
Yeah, and the Jackpot Sevens that's going to be out after this podcast this Saturday is their biggest prize fund for the top 5 most points for
Yeah,
correct
sure.
score, and it's paying out £1,000. So if you aren't on the Fair Play app, there's a little banner coming across the bottom of this podcast now. You can use our code and get a £5 free bet when you set up your account. We would strongly recommend doing it just to get your boys on it as well.
Yeah,
Start betting against your mates, but then all of the other features that now come with that app just make it really, really good.
Yeah.
Shout out Fair Play. Fair Play, Fair Play. So, Westy, I think we owe the audience probably a general catch up.
Yeah, I agree.
Go on, I'll let you.
The last time we spoke to them, so we had one on an Egypt balcony, Summer Bay, which we hounded. We spoke a lot about that when we were there, so you've heard all about that.
Good topics on
Dubai,
that
we
one.
spoke about, 100%. Dubai, we spoke about with Jags, so we caught up with Jags. And the Dubai trip, you sort of got a round up of the Dubai trip, really, whilst we were there with Jags. We haven't really filmed that much, to be fair. We had a load of backlog. We got a little bit busy. Private lives got a little bit busy. So then we filmed I think the first one back was the Break 50.
It was.
I think Break 50 with Bullard, which banger video. Anything you do with Jimmy is going to be fun because he fits well with us and he's just a character which you all know, which is why you all watch him. And then obviously Ron Dog, who frequent viewers already know, our sort of resident pro, if you will, the golf supplier. So
AKA Chop Dog, that video.
Yeah, we chopped it. Give him some hate in the comments. But
I mean, I did as well, but Chop Dog.
No, he chopped it. And he's been playing okay-ish last year on the Alps Tour. So yeah, we played Brocket Hall on the Melbourne course, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to break 50, shot. We shot 54, but you should definitely go and watch.
I think I got it wrong on the final green.
Oh really?
I think it was actually like a 57 or something.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't actually think it was 54.
Okay. It didn't feel like a 54.
It was a par 73.
Okay.
And we were like 16 or 17 under par. Might have been 16 under par or 15. So you do the maths on that.
We should have just stayed with 54. More people might have gone and watched it.
Yeah, I know.
But we're trying to run that one up to 100. That's on about 84 now. So muchas gracias if you get over there and send that to your pals. But that was a banger video. And then we got lucky enough to poddle on over. I mean, unlucky enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it lucky. So I'm sure many of you watching this podcast now would have seen our venture over to another golf channel. First time we've actually gone on to, apart from like Gaz, but we've like kind of helped Gaz film.
Yeah.
First time we've actually gone on to someone else's channel in like the 3 years that the Golf Supply's been going. It just didn't end well for you boys, really. We'd pictured it a lot differently for like the week leading up to it.
The months.
Yeah.
We knew at some point the crossover was going to happen because there's a bit of to and fro between them. The handicaps match. Everything aligned. The stars aligned. And we sometimes do well in the Recordsmen together for our standard golfers combined.
Different format, though.
Yeah, I mean... And if we were a bigger platform, there would have been a lot of people doing them like TikTok stitches where it would have been like clips of me and you.
Yeah, but we say as a scramble duo.
Yeah, that's true.
We're very good.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I would 100% agree with that. But the format that we played, I always get this wrong, so forgive me. It's either greensomes or foursomes. And we went on to Tubes and Ange Golf Life. Me and Westy versus Ange and Bullard. Player ability very, very similar. Some of you will say Ange is better than Westy. Some of you will say Jimmy's better than me. But as on paper,
do we ever get it the other way around? Does anyone ever say?
Not really.
No. All right. That's fair enough.
But the format was like greensomes or foursomes. I get confused with what one it was. But basically, you and your partner hit a tee shot. You pick the best drive from there, and then you play alternate shot until the ball then goes into the hole. So we were just neither of us played well. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't awful, it wasn't good.
Wasn't best, no.
But Ange just drove the ball like God.
As good as the scratch players.
Yeah, he drove the ball like God. He hit probably. We end up only playing 13 holes. I don't mean to ruin it if you haven't watched it. We got beat 7 and 6.
Yeah.
So we played 13 holes. 3 of them being par 3s or 2 of them being par 3s, and I think Ange hit one bad tee shot.
It was just 1 8-iron he scanned.
Onto the par 3.
And the rest, I don't think he looked out of place from the scratch golf that day.
No.
But on other videos I've watched, he looks very out of place. So he just had a good day, and it could have happened to anyone really. Like you could have turned up and played unbelievable, and then.
But
it's on the
when
drives.
that happens. So that format, why it was difficult is because even if I turned up and played out of my skin, we would have still lost if you didn't.
I still have to hit the second shot. I'm hitting the second shot against Jimmy.
Yeah.
It's never going to end well.
No.
So
it would have been closer. I mean, I weren't playing great that day, so I reckon we'd have probably still got beat. But if you drove it like God and he drove it like God, then it was me versus Bullard.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been 7 and 6.
It wouldn't have been 7 and 6. No, it would have been a bit closer. But
we didn't have a putting day either. But I'll tell you something.
Yeah, not
That
yet.
leads nicely onto a segue.
Yeah,
Or not?
Not yet.
No?
We'll hold fire on it. But it was nice. Like I genuinely like. Although the result wasn't what we wanted, like it was like we love them boys over there. Like Ange and Bullard are just like great crack to film with them. But it was so I can't describe to you at home. And we both said this, how fucking nice it was to just be filmed.
Well, we turned up, we drove down together, which is nice, which is rare again. So we're having a little chat again. We're getting all giddy, getting excited. We got there and we done this mythical thing for me and Ash. We went on the range.
We did
Went
practice.
to the pro shop, got some balls, got some drinks, had a little mooch. We were really taking it in. We went out of practice and I was really having a nice warm-up and I was starting to feel really confident. Ash then found it after a while and then we're hitting to them goalposts and we're both feeling good.
It was nice. It was a good
They
session.
done what we normally do, had some breakfast, rolled out. Jimmy literally rolled up before the tea time and then steamrolled us.
But we won the first hole, which was great. Like we played the perfect alternate shot hole.
Yeah, I thought
I drive, your wedge to like 14 foot and then I do what I always do is I hit it to like 8 inches and then they gave us the putt and we won up 3-1.
I thought it was going to be lights out from
So
them.
did I.
I seriously did as well.
Yeah. But anyway, sometimes golf doesn't go your way and we have got a rematch lined up for the middle of December. So hopefully, listen, we're not going to count our chickens before they've egged and we're not going to get too cocky with ourselves because it humbled us a little bit being on there. But hopefully we can right some wrongs or at least make a better account of ourselves.
The winter arc, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So
I've been actually... We're going to be a little bit vulnerable now on the podcast. I've really been struggling with my golf for the last probably couple of months now.
Okay, but that's okay.
Yeah, with regard, not like driver was brilliant for such a long period and then it's just awful now. Like I've completely lost all ability to hit driver. My wedges never really 100% go.
The strike with them is always just...
Yeah, that's there, but my iron play, we filmed a video the other day, I hit another shank from the middle of the fairway. Yeah. I'm not hitting anything close to the pins. Like, so even going, and you was driving the ball well, but like neither of us were like really playing great golf going into that video, which is obviously not what you want. But I'm pleased to say I had a range session last night.
Okay.
And I took my TrackMan down with me, just to look at my numbers, just to be like, right, what's my swing path doing? Yeah. What's my club path? What's my swing direction? How much am I hitting down in it? What's my face doing in comparison to path? Just to actually like use the technology that I've paid for, really. And it's a very commonly used quote in golf, but I think I fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I found it.
Yeah, I think I found it. Not with driver, because I went down to a range where you can't hit driver, so I didn't hit any woods.
No, that might have been better though, just to...
But I just really honed in on my irons.
Okay.
And I've actually, like... It was almost like I forgot I should be doing this.
Yeah.
Rather than like, this is something completely new.
That does happen though, because it's the same as when you learn to drive. You just drive and then the bad habits, and you never go back to how you should do it.
No.
So like now we will drive how we want to do it. But like, it's the same with golf. Like, your body wants to do something, so you know what's good because you've got to scratch +1, +2, whatever. You're a very good golfer, so you've had to practice, play, feel that, and then your body is just doing what it wants to do, and then you have to like bring it back in.
Bring the
and
needle
if you
back.
don't bring it back, then your body will just go back to the habits you first had when you were maybe a mid-handicap.
Yeah.
Because you would have had faults that I'm struggling with. Not the same faults, but you had things that made you a mid-handicapper that you had to push in. But so they're in you somewhere.
Yeah.
You've just got to, fight
hone them back. And one bit of like advice, which like I done, which I never, ever, ever do, and I just done it when I was sitting outside the range, is my coach that I use, shout out Craig Lockwood, fantastic coach, coaches some of the boys on the DP World Tour, really, really just knowledgeable guy about the golf swing and can articulate it really well. He uses something called Coach Now. I don't know if you've heard of that or seen that app. I think there's other like platforms as well. But basically, it's not like online coaching. But whenever I go do a lesson, he'll film the end of it, film and sort of like put bullet points on there whilst filming my swing of like what we've worked on. Yeah. And then he'll get me to articulate what my feelings are about that lesson. And then you have like almost like a catalogue of like, this is what I've done in this lesson, this is what I've done in that. Yeah. And I just went back through it a little bit and just like had a re-look through them as I...
Oh, so you really...
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I was like, what? Because what I didn't like about my swing right when I was watching it on YouTube is I was starting to get super steep on the way down. Yeah. And I just went back through and I felt like because I was getting super steep, I think that's sometimes where I was getting that big squirt right one. I think that's why it's hurting my driver at the minute because you don't want to be. I'm already like someone who hits down, like 1 or 2 down with driver. So as soon as I start like coming over the top or a bit too much steep, that's my driver just is awful, which it is at the minute. So I just went back through my Coach Now. And there was like just one drill. We was inside in like the simulator thing that he sometimes coaches in if the weather's really bad. And it was like just a video of bullet points underneath it of like me turning into my right hip more just to try and get a little bit more depth on my backswing. And then he had like a pool noodle behind me, angled like, and then like that.
Just for the Spotify viewers, we're 45-degree.
Yeah, so sorry for the Spotify viewers. I'm standing looking into we're still video on Spotify, but if you listen to it on radio,
yeah.
nothing on the TV, nothing on the radio means that much to me. Basically, I'm standing right-handed golfer about to hit a shot into a simulator net. There's a pool noodle behind me, probably 2 feet behind me. At an angle at like 45, 50 degrees. So when I start my backswing, it's just to help me promote a slightly shallow movement on the way back down, pretty much.
Yep.
And I can shallow and just turn, right? So it was like something we worked on in that lesson. You want to say something, go on?
No, I forget that sometimes we're not in like GoPro mode, but it's when you like say shallow.
In the shadow.
But I forget we're trying to be.
Yeah, this is the podcast, not the video. Yeah. But yeah, basically I just rewatched that video and then from that, it wasn't even necessarily that I was trying to shallow the club, but it reminded me of my feel at impact there.
Okay.
And I won't go on it any longer. I can talk about it in another video or whatever. But basically, it's just my feeling of now impact is before I was getting very quick with my hands, trying to hit the ball almost with my hands. But now, like if I can explain it, it's like I turn, I keep my hands close to my body. Because if you imagine, like this is what I was thinking in my head when I was at the range, right? And this may help some people, it may not. When you stand at address, you're stood, the butt of the club is like whatever you want it to be. Say it's like 6 inches from your pelvis. Yeah. And then the club is at whatever golf club angle is. So it's like 40 degrees or something, whatever it is down at the ball, yeah? When you get back to impact, you obviously you want the shaft forward a little bit on an iron, but your hands are close to your body and the club is in front of you at a 40-degree angle. Yeah. But when I was like chucking my hands in it, my hands would be like further away from my body at impact. Oh, okay. Sometimes there. So like it was like just a thought I had of like getting my hands back to impact and then just letting them work on that arc like low and left. Yeah, so I don't know if you see the slow-mo swing I put on Instagram.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
You'll see that like my hand path now is finishing, because sometimes I get high, don't I, like with my hand path. It's now finishing like low and left, and it feels like the club is being dragged to impact. So like I'm going this way with my hands and the club is just working back to there. Okay. And just like it's the first time, and like honestly, I can't even tell you, mate. Like when I say I've been struggling with my golf,
that's why the winter is good, to be fair, because you wouldn't have gone to range it with summer. No. You would have just played.
Yeah.
And then playing leads to continuing the bad habits, because you would have gone out and maybe no worse shot than 3 or 4 over, and you might have gone, I didn't play that well, but 3 or 4 over, and then you would have been like, I've got more, but you'd done nothing about it.
No, well, the straw that broke the camel's back is we've got some really good videos coming up. A good match, me versus Rondog. We've got another like fantastic Rondog video coming out. But I played Rondog in a match. Won't say anything about the video because the video's obviously not out yet. And I played half decent round Felix though, yeah. And then the day after, and I drove the ball right that day. Like I managed to hit that like the flight's still too low, but I managed to hit like squeezy fades down, and they were pretty straight and pretty in play most of them. Yeah. And then I went to play Wentworth the next day. I got invited by Jojo, managed Jojo, and I genuinely, lucky I wasn't keeping score, and I didn't even ask my uncle at the end of it what. But I reckon I shot high 80s.
I think that's the thing though. Yeah, that's why practicing is good, because you've lost it, but you can find it for one round, and that's the having the ability to pull yourself to the range. But that's where winter helps. Yeah. Because if not, you would have gone, I drove it right at Felix, so I had an off day at Wentworth. Next day, you might have drove it all right again, and.
But it wasn't even just the driving. It's just like I've never been an elite iron player, but like I'd say I used to be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean your wedges, your strike is always different to your irons. Yeah, it's just your wedge strike is very, very good, and you're always, when you hit the green, you're not fucking miles away. You're always in makeable range. Yeah, like, and I say makeable range as in like, I say anything inside 18 foot, you've got to get a little bit like I can make this. Like, do you know what I mean? You're not looking to like miss it all the time from there. Putting, you've been through a bit of a rut. It's always, the thing is, you're the best 2-putter around. All,
on planet Earth.
Everything is within, fuck me, say dustbin, an office dustbin. It's always there. You always tap in for par, which is why you are a scratch golfer. Yeah, irons is just...
It's never been the best in my game, but I mean, like I completely lost my start line and strike, which I've always kind of had. I've always had a flight, whether it be when I drew it, whether it be when I've tried to fade it. But like I'd never stand over the ball and be like, I might fin this, or I might not hit, like I'm not going to strike this very
confidence
well.
is gone.
But it was just like I just completely lost like the repetitiveness of being able to strike my irons, which has just been a horrible feeling for a while.
This is funny though, isn't it? Like the winter arc's actually true. Obviously, the winter arc is like a gym thing, isn't it? Like they're saying everyone should shave their heads and get in the gym and that. But like, it's actually so true for every sport because it's like we can't play now. Everybody now should just be at the range and just taking this time because you're not going to practice April to October. Your boys are playing.
Yeah.
Your boys off you 18 holes, twilight, anything. You're not going to the range to grind.
No.
We've all got families, jobs, friends, better things to do. Realistically, the average Joe then go to the range. So, and I need to take some of my own advice here. Like now, it's just go to the range and make it worthwhile because when the summer comes around, you're not going to do it again. These are the chances.
And I don't know how a lot of you at home feel, but I genuinely enjoy the range. I enjoy practicing.
Yeah, for me, it's like I've just got to get myself there. I like.
Oh, do you not like it?
No, I do. Like when I'm there, I just like sometimes if I've had like a long shift or like we've got stuff I need to do on my laptop, I'm more like when I get myself there, I love it. I can stay there hours.
Yeah.
I don't take headphones or anything because I don't really listen to music.
I'll put headphones on.
And I don't even use the little screen. I use the screens. I leave it on warm up. I don't like playing any of the games. I like seeing like the shot shape. I ignore all the figures and that. I do love hitting balls. And for the first time, not when we went, the last time I've never done this before, but I was working on a new fill and then I was actually
before or after we went?
After.
Okay.
And I was actually picking things that were fairways.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done that before. I just hit a ball and be like, oh, that's nice. But then you look at the monitor and you're like, well, I probably actually would have missed the fairway. But I was actually doing something that we should all do and saying, right, well, if I'm playing this field, which is a little left to right, to eliminate that pulley horrible thing, that's left of my fairway. Let's line up to that and like, let's get these 7 irons, 6 irons, 5 irons to land in the fairway. So yeah, that I enjoyed that. I made it. But yeah. Enough about...
Start your winter range arc is basically what we're saying there.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth it. Before we move on to the next topic of what I sort of want to jump into.
Proper carpy stuff.
Proper carpy stuff, yeah. I got an email from a guy called Philip. Philip, I hope you don't mind me saying this story. I'm only really saying it just so you can get what you wanted really out of the email. So it was a request. I can't remember the full extent of it. I could get it up. I'm not going to, but it was just one part of it that I just thought I'd quickly mention on the podcast. Phil sent me an email, said loves our videos. He's got him back into playing golf, which is just always amazing to read.
Yeah.
And also got his partner who watches the channel. I can't remember her name. Got a partner watching the channel, but he said she mainly watches the channel because she fancies Westy.
Oh, okay.
So can you just say like hello to Philip missus?
Oh, we don't know her name.
No, I don't. Oh, should I get it up?
Well, yeah, I'd rather make it personal.
Yeah.
Really, at 30k, we've got to Cameo already.
No, someone actually, again, not going to name any names, and if it'll be funny if the person whose birthday it is watching this podcast because you're not going to know it's for you. But I got an email.
We got a birthday request.
I got an email from a girlfriend.
We're really doing bits now.
Yeah, I won't say the name.
That is great.
I've had a lot of emails from people this month.
Yeah,
which is cool.
And that's great.
Yeah,
we're really starting to take off. Because I really want to get out of the railway, and you don't want to do recruitment anymore.
That's true. But this girl won't say her name because I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
She emailed and said, "My boyfriend loves the channel, drives me mad every night watching it full blast in bed.
Thank you very much.
It's his. I won't say the age either. It's his birthday coming up, and I won't say the month."
Okay.
Just because I don't want to like...
Yeah, okay.
You know, I just want to keep it all like...
Yeah. Like, is it me, is it not?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it could be you. Could be one of you. Won't say the month, blah, blah, blah. I was going to say the age then. Would we do a cameo for him?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and she said, I'll pay the going rate and all that. So I emailed back and I completely forgot to do it because we were busy at the range doing the fair play stuff.
Well, grinders, man.
Yeah. But I went to the range and filmed a video and just transferred it to her.
Yeah, nice.
But it was weird.
What did it consist of? Give me like the gist of it without giving it away. Happy birthday.
No, it went nothing like that. It was like I was at the range myself, and then I'll tell you the truth. Right, I'll come clean here.
Yeah,
I'll come clean.
I would rather you do that
because this is like the safe space for us, really.
It is, yeah.
I filmed 2 videos and I deleted the first one, and then ended up sending the second one. The first video I filmed, I like staged it a little bit, but I was like, why the fuck am I doing this on Cameo? Like I set the camera up. And then like took my golf bag out the back of my car and like was like fiddling with the towel and I was like mate, it was really weird. It was really weird, right? It was like so I was like yeah, no, it was like that. It was I said, do you know what I said? I said, this towel don't really go with this bag, blah blah's name. It was like a sketch. I was like, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, no,
so like
we're not sketchy boys.
No, and I watched it back because I don't know, it was like a one take thing. It was like happy birthday, like thanks for your support to the channel, but like the start of it was like this weird like Because I had in my head, like, I was like, he'll watch the video. He'll watch the video, and then all of a sudden it's about him.
I see what you mean. You wanted there to be a little section.
Yeah, I wanted it to be like, so I'm like, just get my stuff out of my bag. And I'm like, oh, hey, blank.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't know it when, like, maybe a day before we were filming. And then, like, in the GoPro, he would have been watching it about 9. It would have been like...
Yeah.
And he'd have been like...
Bang. Yeah. But that's the kind of vibe I was going for. Yeah. But then I watched it back when I got into the range, and I was like, there's just no way I can send that. I look like an absolute cringe bag. Yeah. So I just done another one on the range, and just hitting some shots, just chatting to him, saying like, happy birthday, mate. Thanks for your support to the channel. Your girlfriend's a keeper, although she sounds like a bit of a hater because she don't want to be listening to our videos, blah, blah, blah. And just like that thing. But it was like, I'll be honest, I didn't mind doing it, like, and I do wish when you find out it's you, I do wish you had a great birthday, and we don't mind doing it all, but it was a bit odd, and I found it like especially odd when it was like, you're going to charge someone for that. I suppose if you're getting like 100 of them or 200 of them, it's actually going to take up a lot of your time.
Yeah.
But the ones where like, it's like a 30-second cameo,
and
you're getting maybe 10 a week or something, just fucking pull your phone out and just film something.
Did you know, if you all want birthday wishes for you all.
It was a bit odd. But it's the first one ever, and it was a new experience.
I mean,
what's the lady's name? Sorry.
Oh, you do? Oh,
sorry. I know.
And what did I need to say? Hello. What if she doesn't listen to the podcast? They don't.
Well, then it goes on deaf ears, doesn't it? I suppose. Okay. But I just thought it was quite funny when the email come through. It was nice, obviously, because I was like, they watch our channel. It's got them into golf. Like, it's got his partner enjoying videos because they've almost got like something that they both watch together and stuff. And I was like, that's cool. That's really nice. Yeah. I hope I'm not outing you, mate, for this, because it was a really, really lovely...
Well, no one's going to know who he is.
Email. I think
we just
I just said his full name, so maybe I'll bleep that. Yeah.
Well, you can say the first name.
I'll bleep name. Just want to say me and the missus are absolutely massive fans. Shout out to Westy from the missus with this emoji.
Oh, you rascal.
What was that?
That was a giggle, wasn't it? You like a rascal. Oh, you rascal.
YouTube's videos mean getting better. My missus just started playing this year, and watching you guys has made it more fun and interesting, allowed me to enjoy my golf. I've played since I was 10.
Sick.
Now 46, playing on 5-6, blah, blah. Massive fan of the videos.
You still didn't tell me her name.
He didn't say.
Oh.
I thought he did.
Okay, are we bleeping, or can we say his first name?
I'll say the first name, I'll bleep out the surname.
All right, well, listen, Phil or Philip? Philip. Philip, we truly, truly thank you very much. The
message needs to be to his missus.
Oh, well,
Philip don't want...
Oh, Philip's missus. Yeah, no, I'm saying thank you for watching. Okay, Philip.
Fuck Philip's missus.
Hey, Philip's missus.
In fact, straight that one. That's probably a nicer camera.
Right, Philip's missus. We thank you very, very much for being a fan, and let him watch as many Golf Supply videos as he wants.
No, you're getting the messages confused. She didn't have a problem with watching.
Oh, she doesn't care.
No, wait.
Philip's missus.
No, wait.
Hello, we move on.
No, the cameo person.
Yeah.
Her partner.
Yeah.
Likes watching the videos, and it drives her mad. This message is
she likes them.
Is someone else where they're partners and she loves watching the videos as well.
I think my wires crossed.
So Philip's missus loves watching the videos.
Philip's missus, hello from Westy of the Golf Supply. Thank you very, very much for... Oh, you didn't actually email. He emailed. I've got it all wrong. We're all fucking wire crossed there. It's all...
But she finds you attractive and likes watching you on YouTube.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And he's got Invisalign soon, so he'll look even better.
Yeah, I've been like bullied into it. But
yeah.
We go through this positive. We reinforce peer-to-peer betting.
The video that...
Peer-to-peer betting and bullying.
The video that's going to be out before this podcast, Westy playing Break 85 at Yas Links, is some of the most brutal, like, tearing down of each other. It was 6 days
in the heat. And
yeah, it was.
Thing is with me and Ash, we should be very brutally honest, and nothing will ever, like... just the next minute we hate and love, and like that's why people get very confused when they listen to us. They do on the coach like that. They all think it's very strange, but like, nah, it's just how we roll. But
right, boys, we have got a UK exclusive deal for you, which has been given to us by our channel sponsors, Golf Travel Centre, for you to escape this miserable English winter and actually get out and play some golf in the sun. We have got Mallorca playing the Championship Golf Club, Arabella Golf Club, Somvida, which has hosted European Tour events, won by Sevi Ballesteros, by the way. Staying at a luxury 5-star half-board with drinks and dinner included, and a free room upgrade for as little as £359 per person. Book it before the 15th of December for a February-March trip. Deposits at £50 per person, and you will get a dedicated travel agent to help with the booking from start to finish. So if you want to get away from this weather, which I do not blame you, head to the link in the description of this video. It will take you to Gulf Travel Centre's website, fill out the inquiry form, and get yourself away this winter. It is a UK exclusive, like I said. This is not being offered by any other travel agent. So if you want to make the most of this deal, head over to Gulf Travel Centre and get it booked.
Yeah. Shout out Philip's missus. Shout out birthday boy.
Shout out you all.
Shout out you all. Yeah.
Should we get proper golfy?
Yeah. Let's get golfy, because there's been a few things that's happened since our last podcast. The main one, the recent one, which I want to touch on. One, to give him his flowers, but two, to also question something. Okay. So I'm of course talking about the DP World Tour race to Dubai. Rory McIlroy wins his 6th. Now only 2 behind of Colin Montgomery, who's got the most ever. Obviously, the boy's a piss take. I'll let you just go on a little bit of a tandem about how fucking consistent that boy is, because it is ridiculous.
Don't get enough credit, but
no, he doesn't. No. But you give him his flowers before I move on to.
I mean, I'll give it more of a less statistic view on it, and a very much a prominent golf fan, but I don't go too Carpy into it. But he definitely doesn't. I feel like because he hasn't won more majors, and we all look at majors like the which they are. Realistically, if you don't have a green jacket, you're not getting invited to the dinner. And are you a legend because you haven't won the Masters? Because Willett's won that. Do you know what I mean? So, okay, I get it. So when we all look back, we don't all look back and go, they've got X amount of career wins. We all look back and go, how many majors have they got? So I do feel for him. But every time an Instagram highlight comes up, or one of the pages, or a TikTok, whatever it is, Rory McIlroy's name is always on that top. I think it's top 8 or top 10 that's put in that bottom right corner. He's always there in everything that man plays in. Now, golf is not an easy sport, which you know, I know, and you all know. And at that level, we can see, because some of the boys win. Horschel the other day with Spink to Madders on the BMW, which is literally a matter of months ago. Played out in Dubai, bummed out.
Dead last.
Yeah. So you found it good enough to beat all these boys, and then somehow you lost it.
Yeah.
And so for him to be there is just, we all know, it's a piss take. And does he get as much credit? That I think he deserves more credit. And he's carried golf on his back really for the last decade. I know Bryson and all the other boys.
He's been the boy since Tiger, hasn't he? Really.
But he's carried golf, and I love him. I'm a big fan of Bobby McAvoy.
Same.
I mean, his swing. But yeah, I'll let you get carpy with it now.
Yeah. So. What I wanted to, and this is an open discussion, so please do get in the comments of the YouTube section or the Spotify section. And I want your opinion on this, because I've done some deep diving today, Westy, because I'll be completely honest with you, I wasn't 100% sure exactly how the DP World Tour Race to Dubai worked with regards to how points were gathered, etc., because what doesn't necessarily sit well with me with Rory winning it is he's not a European Tour player. He is to the extent of he'll play in the Genesis Scottish, and he'll play at the BMW Championship most years, not every single year. But he's not a European Tour player, he's a PGA Tour player. All right. So I just done a little bit of deep diving just first of all. So
he played in 12 events, didn't he? That was it.
Yeah.
And he won it clear, and there were some blokes that played in 20, 30.
Yeah. So for those who aren't familiar, DP World Tour Race to Dubai, this is how it works. So it's a point-based system. There's a minimum of 44 tournaments across the season. Second half of the season, events are worth more points. They call it the final stretch or something, or the second leg. Placements start to earn you more points than what it does in the first bit of the season. Top 70 players qualify for the World Championship playoffs, over in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And then the winner, of course, is the player of the most points at the end of the season, okay? So this was Rory's path to his 6th DP World Tour Championship, right? Played 12 events, like you said. He won twice. He finished runner-up 4 times.
Yep, so it's half.
And also had 2 top 5 finishes. The remainder of the events that he played in were insignificant to the point basis. I'm talking picked up 60 points or 80 points here. So at the 12 events, he had 8 scoring, 2 wins, 4 top 5s, 4 runner-ups, 2 top 5 finishes. Okay. Yeah. If we look at the point, and let me just, this is what I don't like. First of all, this is my first niggle with this. So he won twice on the Rolex series. So the first time he won was pretty much the second event of the year, the Dubai Desert Classic, right?
Yep.
And he got 1,335 points for that. Okay, bearing in mind his total points that he won the whole Rolex series with the DP World Tour Championship was 6,997, so 7,000 points. Yeah. So first win comes the Dubai Desert Classic. It's like the second event of the year. His 4 runner-up finishes, which this is wrong in my opinion. The season opener, he come second and got 291 points.
Yeah, okay.
The US Open.
Oh, it counts?
Yeah. And do you know how many points he got for becoming second in the US Open?
Probably a fucking lot.
Just under 1,400 points. Yeah, so similar to the amount of points that he won, or just under 1,200 points, sorry. So almost the same amount of points that he won for winning the Dubai Desert Classic, which was a Rolex event.
They're saying, though, 1,400 points because the field is far more stacked, aren't they? So
but why is the US Open a European tour?
Okay, yeah. So that one I don't agree with. But I get, now I've just had a quick 2-second thing. The point system makes sense because they're saying, right, it's a far more stacked field. So I get that. So if you go and enter the John Deere something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right there. Why does that count?
Because he also finished, obviously, second to Horseshoe at the BMW PGA.
Yeah.
And between becoming second there and second in the Irish Open, those 2 runner-ups combined points got him 1,249 points, whereas second in the US Open, which I don't think should be a qualifying event for the DP World Tour, earned him 1,300, just under 1,200 points. Okay, second place was Rasmus Højgaard.
Quite a bit ahead, wasn't he?
He finished like just under 2,000 points behind McIlroy.
Yeah, right.
Now winning, sorry, to try and keep up with this, and I'll try and like explain myself. Now 2,000 points of Rory's 6,997 total was accumulated by winning the DP World Tour Championship just gone, the actual event.
Yeah.
So he gained 2,000 points there. When you look on here, so Rory, and again, like Rory played 12 events, won twice, finished runner-up 4 times, and had 2 top 5 finishes. Højgaard played 23 events, won 1, came second twice, came third twice, and had 5 top 10 finishes, and also had a ton of top 25 finishes, and got spanked by Rory.
Big time player.
But the point system is flawed there, and I feel like it's flawed the whole way down. You speak to people who do the Clutch Tour, the Alps Tour, the Challenge Tour, like there's way too much points given for winning an event.
But it's all flawed because we just had the Tour Championship, and that brings up so much speculation, doesn't it? Yeah. And that, like, do you know what I mean? Scotty's going out starting X amount under par already. And
did you know as well that the Masters counts towards Race to Dubai points?
Yeah, I mean, it is strange, and how I mean, people far more carpier than us have sat down and said this is the way, but. The Tour Championship is another one, and that's not point system. And well, no, you get points, and then you just start with it all goes out the window. And now on the one day over the 4 rounds, you start off under par, and it's like, well, Scotty isn't going to win a lot of events here, and then just going to lose this lead, is he? So the both of them are a little bit up in the air.
And I get it from DP World Tour's point because they're a tour just like the PJ Tour are, so they want the big headline European players playing on their tour. Well, of course you do. Like Wentworth BMW Championship, you want us as spectators want all of these big boys to come and play in these European Tour events. But I do kind of feel a little bit sorry for, like, imagine if you're a DP World Tour player and you're not one of the top 20, say, and that's with the most respect. They're still fantastic golfers, but you almost stand no chance at winning any decent money off the Race to Dubai.
No,
because even if you have like, and the points on here, like I think I put like.
Oh, it steeps down quick. I see the leaderboard the other day.
Rasmus Højgaard won the Irish Open, and he got 800 points for that, winning the Irish Open.
I probably would say that point system, though, might be fairer, though, than the shot thing.
I just feel like there's a lot of points gained there where... Because if Højgaard doesn't qualify for the Masters, which I don't think he did, and Rory's going to qualify every year because he's just the top 25 or top 40 players have automatic exemption, so he's never going to fall out of that. You're just automatically having access to events that other players can't play in, and the points that you can gain from playing in them events are so high that you're just at such an advantage. Yeah. Surely there's got to be a flaw to the system there. If Rory can play 12 events out of a 44 event calendar and win it by 2,000 points.
But then if you was Rory, locked in a dark room and said, give me your opinion on that, but I'm never going to let this opinion leave, he would just say, play better. He would say that. He would just say, at the bigger events, you've got to play better. And if you're not getting access to the Masters and that, do better. But on Bobby McIlroy, just one last point. What do you think happens if he wins just one major? So let's just say, what comes after the Masters? You've got the Masters and the PGA's first two, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he wins one of them two, do you think he goes on to win a fair few more, or do you think he wins one?
I think next year will be a big year for Rory.
This year was very close, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think next year will be a big year. Like he done a lot of work on his swing to try and sort of like bring in his misses that he was saying. Like we've all seen the viral video that went around. Like, and what was interesting about that as well, I found super interesting. I don't know if you heard him say it, but he was hitting balls into a simulator with the screen off for 2 weeks straight.
Why?
He didn't want to react to what the flight of the ball was doing. He just wanted to hit balls, make sure he was getting the strike, and drill this feel in, because he knew that he would start to slightly change things. If he keeps doing this feel and he's seeing the ball go a little bit high or something, he'd react to the ball flight rather than just working on his swing change. So for 2 weeks, he didn't watch his ball flight and just banged balls into a net over and over again to really hone that feel in. I don't know, I just feel like, obviously it's a big win at the Tour Championship. There's tons of, like Tommy Fleetwood, there's tons of the good players playing there.
They're all, He
had a bit of a shaky back nine coming in, but like still got it done. I think he finished birdie. And surely, like, as much as it hurts, as much as like the US Open must have killed him, and a lot of the other close finishes he had this year, like, you learn from that. And it's happened to him a few times.
He's got to win a Masters.
Look who's behind you. It's Rory, and that's Bobby McIlroy.
He's got to win a Masters, hasn't he? He's got to.
Yeah, and no one can stop a ball like Rory can stop a ball, and like Masters is good for that, hitting it high, stopping 4 irons on a dime. I genuinely hope, like I really, really like Rory McIlroy. I think he's done so much for the game. Like, he's an absolute legend. His swing's a piss take.
Yeah.
And he's too good. Like you see, he's too good to. He's nowhere near finishing his career, but he's too good to not finish with like so many more majors, and especially a green jacket. He should be saying we're having Irish stew and dumplings at some point for that Champions dinner.
Is that a meal?
Yeah, Irish stew and dumplings.
Yeah.
Aye.
Okay.
I can read it as man. Fucking Irish stew and dumplings. Fucking lovely way. Yeah. So get in the comments and let us know though. I'm interested to hear your thoughts and feelings on the whole DP World Tour Championship and the point system and how it stacks up. I'm not 100% sold on it, but as Westy said, like, if you probably do like deep dive, they've worked out the points of difficulty and things, and you are right in a sense of like, well, just beat Rory at these events and then you'll get more points yourself.
And if you're not qualifying for the bigger events, and like, you literally only have yourself to blame. You're not in a team sport.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, and then make best use of when you get the exemptions or when you get the start on these. It's like all the lads on the upcoming feeder tours. Like, if you're not getting more Challenge Tour invites, then you need to be doing more. Or it goes. It's a tough sport from bottom to top. From me to you to all of them boys, it's tough. So
it is.
I've obviously, like probably all of you, have been watching a little bit of the American crossovers, the Selena link up with the boys, Pete and PF and all that. From watching the Selena, and then watching obviously Finch and the brothers. Obviously, Brian Bros are the best golfers on YouTube. Fact, it's non-negotiable. Rick has been playing a little bit better lately, so I'm saying, is there been a toss-up? Fat Perez always comes up in people's top 5. For me now, he's not. I believe there's been from
top 5.
No, but like, I just don't think he's one of the best on YouTube. And look, he always comes up in discussion. From what I've seen in those videos, I don't think he's anywhere near like Finn. Wasn't anywhere near Rick. Rick was obliterating him. He didn't play well, so yeah, I feel like there's been a little bit of a toss-up. Rick's found a little bit of form. I feel like Rick has become more interested again in golf, which is good to see.
It's nice to see someone play better golf.
Yeah, or like when I never want someone to be in like some golfing slump.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fat Perez for me is like is absolutely fell out of the, when people always like top 5 YouTube go, no, well, top you're gone. You're way, and the Brian Bros I think is way too unfair. Finch didn't play that well.
He didn't.
No. It was a good little link up. They did have a good little. Where's Garrett in this now? What does he do? He's a bit of a lone wolf now, isn't he?
I think Good just do their own thing, didn't they? Really?
Yeah, they link up with more American celebrities.
Yeah.
They don't really get golfy.
They're kind of not in that group anymore of over there.
Yeah, you are right. They do their own, and fuck me if they got their own thing going.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in no place until like my game gets a little bit better. I'm in no place to comment about anyone's golf game at the moment, because hopefully, fingers crossed, I've actually fixed it at the range. But
I would love that.
I'd get beat by fucking
Fat
Joey
Perez.
Cold Cuts at the minute.
Did you see that clip on TikTok where he was going back and forward on the green?
Yeah.
He was
He's like me
going.
at Little Stone.
He
on
was
that
going
path,
into
really.
that bunker.
Yeah.
Oh, Little Stone, we got to be back there soon, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did anyone go and try that? Did anyone watch the Open? Go and try that.
I
Let me
think
know
people
about that.
did. We've got a few DMs on it.
Yeah.
Let me just quickly go before, because I always forget, and there's been
Yeah,
so
go.
many questions on here that I wanted to. Have you got anything quick?
What else did I write down? Our winter plans. I suppose we could round off with that. What we're planning to do from now till.
We'll save that to the end,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we've got something to tease a little bit
Yeah.
to talk about.
What were you gonna say? We haven't teased the P. Oh, actually, all the new series. Right, you go.
We'll get onto that. Right.
Okay.
So, GS community questions. Thank you so much for everyone who commented. We're not going to be able to get through all of these, even though I put on the story that we are. But they're just endless on here of just people that are just.
All right.
But question for me: what do you think you and Westy would have shot at the Rick Major? I don't know what golf course I played. I haven't watched it. I have no idea.
Fairmont. Oh, the Rick Major.
When there was 2v2v2v2
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever it
Well,
was.
we would have got beaten because of me. This was ridiculous.
I've not. Sorry, that was from Ezekiel 101. I have no idea.
We would have won on banter and.
I would have shot 85 with how I was playing leading into it, so
Yeah.
we wouldn't have been anywhere up there. Second round Golf UK have put, when is Westy going to get a driver lesson for that rat a miss?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a feel. I just haven't cemented the feel. Could probably do with just banging reps on it because I know I can hit it nice. But yeah, the ratter is it's like 1 in 5, 1 in maybe 6, 7. So yeah, you're right. I need a lesson in general.
Thomas Bigwood put, how long until Westy can finish the night shifts? We're working on it, Tom. Matt Peak Music has put, start doing Rate My Swing videos. And I'm not 100% on that.
The only reason I just wouldn't do that because it doesn't make sense for me to do it. And Ash would say he's probably working on a lot of things. So like,
yeah.
them things are never really, unless you're a coach, you can't really do it because then...
You do it from a comedy standpoint and like have a bit of banter with it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Ryan Harvey's put, this is probably one for me, is a professional course for an event that much different to a regular golfer? Is a professional course for event that much different to a regular golfer playing? Oh, does he mean a regular golfer trying to play a professional course set up for an event?
Or like something set
like
up
a
for an event. Is it different to like a public course?
I'm guessing that's what you're asking, Ryan.
Yeah.
And the answer is like, yeah, it's night and day, mate.
It's a completely different course.
It's night and day.
You have to hit driver 300.
Yeah. Well, just go watch the JCB video. And go watch the JCB video of when I played it, then go watch it of when Rick done his good video, and look at the difference in the golf course. They're like, it's night and day.
Yeah.
Timmy Stable's next recordsman. What's the next recordsman one we got coming out? Abu Dhabi National.
Yeah. Bring back poor memories from that, really. But yeah, and then after that...
We haven't got one.
No.
Joseph Oliver 96 has asked, what would you say the biggest tip for someone to break 80? What do you think it is?
Short game.
Being someone who's broke 80?
It's just...
Over here?
It's just short game. That one's for me, is it? Short game. Like, obviously, get off the tee, but like anyone can get. It's got to be short game, innit? Don't duff chips because it's just wasted. Don't thin it over the green.
I would say as well, just keep the ball in play off the tee as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, probably that was a better tip, and that's why I don't do it often.
Yeah.
So
keep the ball. Short game's great, but try and just keep the ball.
You are right. Yeah.
In play.
If the ball's in play, you're more than likely going to definitely break 85, and then obviously how good of a golfer you are, then you can start pushing to break 80. Yeah.
So just find a club, a shot, something you can sort of rely on under pressure or whatever it might be, and that's definitely going to help. Bald Eagle Diaries, but why does Ash wear his woolly hats right down his face over his eyebrows? Are they here at the moment?
Not now,
no,
but
it just falls down. Like if I put it like that's just the like where it sits on my head. I don't pull it down there. Like it's just how it sits on my head. That is like look at where the hat. Sorry, I just took my mic away. Like that is the hat now sitting on top of my head. It just seems to be over my. I don't like.
But he's like a little wedgie streetwear guy. So just if he wants to wear it on his, but you are though, aren't you? Like, you want to wear it on your brow. You wear
there was so many comments of that on Tubes and Andrew's video.
Yeah, mustard hat boy. Like, how can he see? Well, I'm hitting a golf ball, so it's a ridiculous question.
Reese Horton has put you versus Bullard and Westy versus Ronan on the cards. Yeah, we'll get that done eventually. I'm sure both matches will get done. I just need to start playing better.
I've got to start practicing.
Bullard will batter me.
Deck and Ronan will probably beat me at the minute, and that fucking destroy. Maybe Ronan. Deck would probably beat me at the minute.
Yeah,
That is just not a place in my golf career.
Going into when you played Deck before, if you haven't watched it as a video on the channel, Westy 18-hole match against Deckers. I mean, it's not the prettiest of watches, but I was like,
neither of us were playing that good.
Nah.
We're probably actually both worse at golf then as well. So
but at that point, I would have like bet my house on you beating him.
Yeah, and then to be fair, when we done the
golf.
podcast with them, I'd have bet my house. I'd have beat all three of them.
Yeah,
Or bet I'd beat. But just right now, Deck would beat me. I'd beat Ronan, and that's just not a place I want to be in my golf game, knowing that Deck would beat me because your swing's horrible.
Swiftly moving on. Corey Rogers, what drivers are you both playing with now? Also, Ash, have you moved on from the 245s? Westy, what driver are you using?
Hey, I smoke.
I'm using the TaylorMade QI10.
Yep.
And yes, I'm not using the 245 Mizunos anymore. Tom Mo Green, how premium courses charge what they want, supply and demand membership. I don't know what the question is in there.
It's okay. Just try. It's okay. I was reading
what's the question?
Oh shit! Thank you for your question. I hope that answered it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Jack Watt, I'm 99. Any plans for club or going back onto our website? So if you haven't been on our website, you're not familiar, we've got a merch site. At the moment, there's only really like a few t-shirts left on there, and I know Ratters towels, which we've got like probably 25 to 30 left in each colour. It is www, a little banner coming across the bottom, www.golfsupply.co.uk. You can go over there. Plans for merch, I would love to. It's something that me and you are quite passionate about, like being able to create some stuff of our own, but it is so time consuming. Like you just wouldn't believe it.
For me, it would be a case of, and it would probably be even more so, well, for both of us, it's just like, if I want to do it, I want it to be really good.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking out like Fruit with a Loom t-shirts and that. Like, if we're going to do it, I don't care about the money or the making money or this and that. I want it to be fucking good.
Yeah, because we'll wear it.
That I would wear.
Yeah.
Like, come into an environment like this, not just around my house.
Mm-hmm.
So,
fancy a match. So Nick the Greek, fancy a match against the Plymouth Chipinskis. No. That sounds awful.
what's the Plymouth Chapinskis?
I'm guessing that's their
tag, gamer tag.
I don't know.
What, you want to meet in the gulag?
I don't know. Nick the Greek. I don't like that name. You're gonna have to come
Are we
up with
gonna?
something
Do you know what I'm gonna start doing when the summer comes around and we get more time? When we start working less real work, and we start golfing, you've really. I can see because you don't know what I'm gonna say. So you've really got interest, haven't you? And we've toyed about this before because we've said we'd love to do it. So little tiny bit more growth, working a bit less so we can play some more golf off camera.
I know what you're gonna say.
I think we're gonna start putting out like just rando challenges because I love playing competitive. I said to Ash, look, do you want to play Saturday and we go play off camera together? Like, yeah, we'll have fun. We're playing golf. I love golf, but it just misses. And it can't be that competitive between me and him. So we can't get the competitive juices going. So we have a knock round and you try and help me and we have a little knock. But something we will probably get going in the new year when the sun comes out. And like I say, we're working less. We'll definitely be off camera, random challenges.
Yeah.
Bring your cash, load up. We'll probably just do it on Fair Play and just turn up. We'll meet in the middle. We'll drive to you. Handicap sort of specific, and I really want to start having like 2v2s off camera and that, get that going.
That answers like the one Z Cole 10. Thank you for your question. You put, will you do a subscriber versus series again?
I'll just get a sick little league going with Fair Play and that.
The answer of that is no, but as Wesley just said, next year we're definitely going to be like, there's going to be like some booky little WhatsApp group that's going to be set up, and we're going to get it loaded with golfers who want to play for some dough, and just randomly, just week in, week out, just start playing for some cash. And it's going to be like a super like
genuine cash matches. Don't
like
none of this. It'll be off camera. I'll get Fair Play to knock up some league table thing that we all have just private access to. Yeah, well, I definitely want to do that. Competitive as fuck.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Kyle Baldock _1. I'll answer this one for you, mate. Is it worth rebuilding a swing from the start if you've hit a handicap plateau, 6 handicap? My personal opinion is I wouldn't rebuild it from the start if you've hit a plateau. I mean, you probably don't need to rebuild it from the start if you've got down to 6. That's a bit of a drastic measure, to say the least. So no, you don't have to rebuild it from the start. There'll be stuff that you have to tweak, just like I do. I feel like I need to. I know I need to turn into my hip a little bit more to create a little bit more hand depth. I need to get my timing of and my body facing tight. Like there's little things that you can change that's going to make you more consistent, gain you a little bit more face control, or a little bit more speed, or a little bit more touch. So no, do not try and rebuild your whole golf swing. And the worst thing you can do is try to base your swing on someone else's swing. And there's so many people guilty of that. Like, you'll watch Rory or Ludwig Aberg, and you try to copy someone else's motion. Like, you wouldn't believe the biomechanics that go into our bodies, and like what I can do, Westy cannot do, and what Westy can do, I cannot do. So if we try to swing it exactly the same, it's impossible. So no, you don't need to rebuild your whole swing, mate. Don't need that much drastic measure. It can't be all that bad. If you're playing off 6, you'll probably just need to tweak a few things, and then you'll start to see subtle improvements. But it's harder, isn't it? The lower your handicap goes, the harder it is to see improvements, because you'll go from like loads of improvements from 20 to 16 to blah blah blah, and then it starts to slow down because obviously you're playing better and better and better and better golf. So trust the process. They remind me of Yes Links.
They also
No, it reminded me of Yes Links. It's a really funny. You probably don't even remember it. There's a really funny moment about that comment.
No, I don't know. We'll sign it off by just touching on a little bit of hype about our new series, which I can tell we're really excited about.
Yeah.
And we had a sick guest. Like, what a guest to start a series. I don't think there's any YouTube series that started with a banger like that.
No.
One of my favourite people I've met in this industry already. And I've met...
But he's not in this industry, but I mean...
No, but like, courtesy of us. But yeah. But like...
I'd put him up there if you're
van
watching
was
this.
so good, man.
I'd put him up there with like... And it's funny, isn't it? Because like the first 2 guests that are going to be on this series, one's obviously filmed, the second one. I would put him up there with like some of my best friends now.
Yeah. Well,
Like, I talk to him...
I'm really excited for Monday.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I just got so much. It's making me smile now.
We've got a new series, everyone.
Yeah.
We're not going to say the name. We're not going to say anything. It'll probably, the first episode is going to be dropping in December.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be some of the greatest
They'll love it,
YouTube golf content out there. The concept of it is brilliant. The additional added extras, and like the viewer involvement at home that's there.
Yeah.
I think you're going to absolutely love it. Like, we are obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys will be as well, because like
we just want to try and level up what we do.
Yeah.
And then for production and interaction, and we just want to just level up and make it sick.
Yeah.
We're always spitballing, and we got the wizard Jake, who's obviously not with us now, to try and cook up some stuff.
He hasn't died. He's just not here today.
Yeah. I mean, he's not with us. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. To be fair, so.
And then the last thing to touch on before we go is we both put a new item in the bag.
Yeah.
Westy kind of alluded to it a minute ago, but we both got new putters.
Yep.
We both got Lab DF3s.
Yep.
And
quirky ones as well.
Yeah. There'll be like a full review coming onto the channel in the immediate future on them. But it was our first proper round with them for episode 1 of said series we've just speaking about. And let's just say it did not disappoint.
Well, I would say that where I need to be better is I'm not going to be making loads and loads of putts. Like, my alignment's always good, but it's now just let's get the ball past, so it's looking positive. So I made improvements there. And where you need to make improvements, where your ball is always at the hole, so you've got that part.
Yeah.
And your level is make more.
Yeah.
So you made improvements there.
Yeah.
So like we both took 2 steps forward to our own individual level. Definitely.
It was wild.
So let's see if there's a honeymoon period or if it keeps up. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, I've had honeymoon periods of putters before, but I've never had something like that.
I mean, I'm excited to putt again.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
What feelings? I was honestly in the buggy and I was like, I couldn't wait to get to the
putt.
green to
Yeah,
get another putt.
They look sick. They feel good. I'm like, it's so much more stable for me, and like so much more weighted in the head. I'm like, I could just feel like I can get everything to the hole.
It changed
I'm
my
not
stroke.
As bent over.
Yeah.
I'm far more comfortable because I've gone 38 inches.
Yeah. It changed the way that I deliver a putter. I'm someone who I'd go very straight back and straight through, but not as much as you when you used to do the big cut across. But I would never, my putting data on Capto or on whatever it is you're using for your putting data, I would never be from the inside on a putter, like actually arcing like that. Whereas as soon as he fit me for that putter, I was on an arc. It made me
Bit
arc.
more right foot, left foot.
Yeah, which is mad. And then like from that, the putt was just starting online. And the only other thing I've done as well, which was like slightly different than it weren't putter based, is I wasn't fucking around with my line.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed it. Well, the first hole, he was like, fuck me, you hit that quick. It's like, I'm just going down. Before, I would like, if I'm lining my putt up with a triple track or a tailor-made stripe or whatever it is, I'd line it up, I'd stand behind it, I'd look again, I'd come back, I'd make adjustments, stand over it. Now I'm just like, I'll read the putt, so I'll have a look to think what it's doing, go behind my ball, line it up to what I think it is. As soon as I step up, that's it.
Pull the trigger.
Just stand over the putt. If I want to take a practice swing, but like have a couple, and I'm just over the ball, and I just hit that line. If the
Yeah.
line's wrong, the line's wrong. But
I'm quite a quick putter as well.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
I think I was second guessing myself so
Yeah.
much before. I was like,
And
is
the
that
worst
right?
thing
Is
is
that
trying
wrong?
to line your putter line up with the ball line. Like, am I agreeing with that? And you've done that a lot. You used to sound video like, I'm not going to trust that line.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we both said, but you used to be quite bad for
Yeah.
that. Oh, I'm just going to feel this one, or I'm not going to hit that line.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
So like that's something not lab that I changed.
But it's made you maybe do that because it's been like, oh, if we're going to be fresh,
yeah, let's just
maybe have a hole fresh.
Yeah. But it's wild. Like,
But-
they're no joke. They are honestly no joke. If you haven't tried, I know I had the Mez before, but it wasn't really like 100%
They'd
fit.
only just
and
come out and,
yeah,
like,
and I weren't 100% sure. But this feels completely different off the face to the Mez. It feels a lot more stable than, I don't know. Listen, you know what me and Wesley like, especially me. 2 months time, I might have the spider back in my hands. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
We're not
We'll
writing that off
see.
at all. But wait till you see this. Wait till you see the whole series. But especially the putting in this episode 1 was absolutely.
And episode 2, 3, 4, and 5.
It's
Special
crazy.
place in our heart Monday, actually. So.
Wesley, I've enjoyed this. I've missed it.
Yeah, we needed to catch up. Thank you very, very much to Golf One in Thorpe. Did I say? Is it Thorpe Bay? Thorpe Bay. I'm gonna just double check.
South End
Thorpe Bay
area.
and Safe End. Yeah, we'll probably be back. To be fair, we'll throw something up on a story, tag them. And
Well, hopefully, fingers crossed for these GS pods very soon. We've actually got a Golf Supply hub being built, which is it's done apart from furnishing on the inside. So we'll actually have a podcast studio, an actual podcast studio. But yeah, we'll definitely be back here when we can. A massive thank you to having us. Thank you to our sponsors, Fair Play Golf Travel Centre. This has been episode 16 of the Golf Supply podcast. I've missed it.
no, and hopefully you've missed it.
Yeah.
But thank you all for listening, watching. Thank you all for your support. Let's get to 30k.
50k.
Let's get to 32 before the year's done. But
Just 100. Just get us 100.
yeah. I mean, we're 28 and
For those commenting when you get Westy off the railway, well, fucking subscribe
Yeah.
then. 68% you are not.
get us both out of our jobs. Like,
That
if you
helps.
like our content now, whatever. I'm not going into it.
Bye,
Thank you
everyone.
all. Love
See
you
you
all.
later.
Bye.